Woolacombe Beach is one of the larger beaches along this stretch of coast. It's got some really good surf.
We can have up to 10,000 people on a busy day in the summer. Obviously that volume of people in the water, we do get rips at different states of the tide.
Rip currents are essentially a body of water moving away from the shoreline out to sea. Water comes in with the waves, moves along the shoreline to the lowest point and back out to sea. If you do get caught in one, stay with whatever's keeping you afloat. Bodyboards, surfboards, friends, call for help, hand up in the air, lifeguards will come out and get you.
We get a lot of lost children purely because of the number of people on the beach. Children don't have to go very far to get lost. All the windbreaks look the same.
Tell your kids where the lifeguard hut is when they get there. Point out the lifeguard trucks on the water's edge.
It's a big beach, so a very busy beach. We like to make ourselves as approachable as possible. So yeah, depending on what people are doing, it's great if they come down and have a chat with us first.
Woolacombe's a good starting point for trips along the coast. Lots of kayakers and stand-up paddleboards enter the water here and make their way towards Morte Point.
We've rescued canoeists from Morte Point. Looks like a nice place to go and explore, but at the wrong state of tide, it's pretty deadly really.
The biggest problem is once you round that headland, the current is so strong, you're unlikely to be able to get back without some sort of assistance. To the north of Woolacombe, there are two small beaches, Barricane being the first we'll talk about. That's a very sheltered, lovely beach, got a really nice cafe on there. There are no lifeguards patrolling it and we can't see you from the patrol beach itself. So if you get into any difficulty there, chances are you're going to need to rely on friends or family or other people on the beach to raise the alarm. You can raise the alarm by dialing 999 and asking for the Coast Guard, or the cafe has a direct line to the lifeguard unit. We can launch our inshore rescue boat and get to you within a couple of minutes. Coomesgate, which is right next door, and at low tide the two meet up. All the same problems, rip currents, rocks and promontories that we have at Woolacombe, again not lifeguarded and not easy for the lifeguards to see. In between Woolacombe and these beaches is a pipe and man-made structure going out to sea. This has a rip current around it all the time. Really, really strongly advise you don't go near there. It's popular with fishermen at low tide, again, pretty dangerous, lots of waves breaking across it. We've had some of our more dramatic and dangerous rescues in this area in the last few years. One of the more sheltered beaches on the coast is Putsborough. It can have good waves when the wind's blowing from the south or the southwest, and it's popular for surfers. It's also popular for families. Along the rocks is a fixed rip current running out to sea, and that has caught quite a few people out. Now for the lifeguards to get there from Woolacombe, it's quite a way to travel. Always advise you to go to a lifeguarded beach, but if you are going to go to Putsborough, stay well away from the rocks in the middle of the beach. A few people have been cut off by the tide trying to walk around the rocks at low tide. Not the most sensible thing. Stay away from that area in general, and you should have a safe day on a beautiful beach.
Croyde Beach down in North Devon, very popular surfing beach, get very good waves here at low tide. One of the most renowned beaches in the country for surf. We've got 6 lifeguards that work Croyde Beach with 2 vehicles, a jet ski and a quad bike. Predominantly rip currents are our main issue here on Croyde. We do get a number of them throughout different stages of tide, and they also change position across the beach throughout the year. So make sure you always check with the lifeguards on duty for where the currents are, and our flags will always reflect the safest part of the beach. We have red and yellow flags for swimming and bodyboarding, black and white flags for surfing. If you see the red flag flying, it means conditions are too dangerous to enter the water, do not go in. We do get a lot of people go out coasteering around Baggy Point. Best thing to do is always go with an organised group, never go out alone and do it off your own back. Make sure you've always got the appropriate safety equipment with you, so VHF radio, life jacket, and somebody who's trained and competent. If you get into difficulty, you want to raise one hand up in the air in a closed fist and shout for help. In the evenings and lifeguards are not on duty, the help you will receive will come from the Coast Guards. So if you do get into trouble, don't panic at all. Help will be on the way. As long as you raise the alarm and make people know, then they will come and help you. Just stay with your float, keep calm, and help will come to you.
Another popular beach in North Devon is Saunton. About 2 miles of beautiful sand, backed by UNESCO Biosphere. It gets very gentle and mellow waves, which make it ideal for learning to surf. However, there are no lifeguards on patrol here. We'd always advise you to go to a lifeguarded beach, but if you're going to go to Saunton, there's one thing to remember: stay away from the rocks. There's a fixed rip current that runs straight out to sea from the rocks on the north end of the beach. Take yourself at least 100 metres down the beach and keep checking back up the beach to see where you're moving, because as soon as you take your feet off the sand, you will start to drift towards those rocks. If you get into trouble, make sure you raise the alarm. The lifeguards at Croyde can be there as quickly as 3 minutes on the jet ski. We hope we've highlighted some of the hidden dangers here in North Devon, but there are so many reasons to visit this area. The beautiful beaches, the welcoming people, and of course, our amazing surf. The RNLI's lifeguard service are here to make sure you have a good day. If you've got any questions, come in and see us, and we look forward to seeing you on the beach.